What up, people? Today is 11/17/2020. It's about 6:45 p.m. 6:46 p.m. So yesterday, I had to call this court case that they filed on me, which is it shocks me. It really does, because of the fact that a false statement, false report, planting evidence. That's what it is. And that's what you get from the Minnesota Sheriff's Department in Faribault. I wish they had an internal affairs out in Minnesota, but they don't, because they should have been investigating this shit here, you know. And as I read the report, and somebody saying that they spoke with me and stuff is all bullshit. Everything that they put in there is a false police report and planting evidence, everything. I didn't know what they had on me, because they shouldn't have had nothing, you know. And that's the scary part, is how you could be called a nigger by a sheriff, and the sheriff can tell you in your face, too many niggers are moving in the Faribault, and your wife sets you up, and they get away with it. They get away with it. They got laws in Minnesota, but it doesn't mean nothing about false statement, false testimony, when you know it's not true. But it doesn't mean shit in the state of Minnesota, because in the state of Minnesota with this coronavirus right now, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, by the way, which they're trying to take away from everybody right now, especially in Minnesota. They're trying to even take that away from me. My constitutional rights, freedom of speech, freedom of the press. So they want to deal with now federal court, which a person has a right to say what they want to say and everything else, as long as it's true. And everything I'm saying is true. Allah bear me witness, which is God, bear me witness. I don't got to lie to nobody about nothing. So it's funny how this coronavirus stuff interferes with your due process of law. I asked the person on the phone yesterday, no, I want to be in the court to prove that all of this is false charges. So I was denied that. So we're going through some law books right now, because they can't deny me that. I wear a mask. They got to wear a mask. It's no problem. Been in divorce court with masks on. No problem. I'm not doing nothing over no this here, because I cannot fight the way I need to fight my case and show my evidence. Okay? And it's really bad how, because of my nationality and the color of my skin, and like that deputy told me, too many niggers moving in Faribault. It's so funny how they can pull up a report and lie. It is amazing. It is amazing. And how they can plant evidence on me. How they strong-arm robbed me. A deputy with a badge. It's amazing how they get away with it. And then you wonder why we go out here and take the law into our own hands, because we're tired of being lied on and accused of. See, when a person lies on me, I get upset. I get really upset when a person lies on me. Don't lie on me. If you're going to come at me right. Come at me like I did something wrong when I haven't done nothing wrong. My wife tried to kill me. Intentionally, knowingly try to give me AIDS. And nothing happened to her. Nothing happened to her. She walked scot-free. Oh, I forgot, because of her nationality and because I'm as they say, a nigger. It's amazing how they can get away with this, but if someone kills a cop, he's looking at the death penalty. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. They can kill us, set us up, false police reports, false allegations, false statements, planting evidence, and the courts let them get away with this. Who the hell are these judges sitting on these benches? They have no morals, no logic of real life, because that just went out the door when they became a judge. They probably live in a nice, white, fancy, white neighborhood, you know, where their kids could play in the street. So they don't know nothing about the streets. Oh, I forgot. There's no such thing as setting someone up. Yes, there is. You know, and that's what my wife done. Ray Charles could see the paperwork and the paper trail. Ray Charles can see this. And I don't know if anybody knows out there about Ray Charles. He's an African-American blind man singer. Okay? And Jamie Foxx played him in a movie called Ray. All right? Very good movie you need to watch. But it's so funny how law enforcement can set an individual up because of the color of his skin. You see? Not because there was no crime committed. No crime whatsoever. You know? And just because of the color of his skin, he could be charged with a crime. So I got to lose my life on a case, fight it in court, go to jail, behind false statements, false charges, planting evidence, and I'm not supposed to take the law into my own hands? Wow. 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 So I sent everything to a ex-girlfriend of mine's, and they couldn't believe it. They even got copies of the police report that was made, and they compared their report to this deputy's report, what he made. He did his report where he made a decision not to send the report to the DA's office or city attorney's office. Okay? So they seen that. And so she spit in my face, went in my eyes, went in my mouth. She cut me. I was bleeding January and everything. And when she told me first, after I contacted this deputy, I was told to call him. So when I got out of the hospital, I contacted this idiot. And I'm upset because he lied in his report. Oh, and I meant to tell you, Deputy Keith, I had a recording in my pocket, and everything I said is not on that report, by the way. And you're not getting that into trial and in federal court. That's under lock and key, where I sent to somebody. Okay? So anyway, at the bottom of his statement, he just asked his mom, oh, by the way, did you spit at him? You think she's going to admit that she spit at me? But we're supposed to believe when a suspect spit at a cop, we're supposed to believe that because the cops say so. No. It don't go like that, man. No. She spit in my face. She attacked me. She tried to kill me and intentionally give me AIDS. And there's a law in the state of Minnesota, which is so ironic about that. People with HIV. Okay? It goes by also their behavior. Okay? It says everything in here about their behavior. Minnesota statute 609.2241. She was supposed to have been charged. So what they did was they destroyed the police report that was sent to them from Apple Valley Police Department. I'm arguing the police department sent you the report and everything else. No, they did not. No, they did not. I'm calling this deputy every fucking day. Why she's not charged? Why she's not charged? She intentionally tried to give me AIDS like she said she wanted to do. Why she is not charged? They kept lying to me. So I contacted the supervisor at the Apple Valley Police Department. Oh, we sent it all there, Mr. Malillo. Come over here. We'll give you a copy. I even filed it in my divorce papers. I even filed everything in my divorce papers. The text messages, everything I filed in my divorce papers. How? She's originally from Minnesota. She was a prostitute. She ran drugs from Minnesota to a place called Wisconsin. Okay? I filed everything in my divorce papers. I filed the assault. I filed the evidence. I filed everything in my divorce papers. So that's in divorce court. They can't go there and destroy that record. Well, I hope not, because I do know that in Faribault, damn near everybody knows everybody, and everybody works for the sheriff's department or the prison out there, you know. So, and she uses them as her own pawn. This is her own game. She abused the system. I filed a motion about the restraining order. So now I got to go to federal court because there was evidence for only mine to be granted, not hers. She gets served with documents, legal documents. She calls her buddy, the sheriff. Oh, he just served me. I want him violated. He violated the restraining order. That's how bad she hates my guts. This is behind hate and retaliation from her. Now, this is also hate, retaliation, violation of the color of the law, violating my constitutional rights, planting evidence, falsifying a police report. And they let these fuckers get away with shit like that. They let them actually get away with it. Well, I'm going to fight until I drop dead. I'm going to be in court. I want all of my accusers in court so I can question them, because everything they said. Oh, I forgot about one important. Well, I can't say that because that right there is going to be the biggest bombshell, y'all. It's going to, and when y'all, when I put it on, because I already put it all over the news and everything else. And see, I already know that they monitoring YouTube. I already know the sheriff is monitoring YouTube. We track their email address to the sheriff's department. So everything I say, they getting recorded on. You see, everything I say, they use against me. But this is freedom of speech. You cannot violate my constitutional rights. No court in the United States, no civil, no criminal, no federal, can violate my constitutional rights of freedom of speech, freedom of the press. No courts can. No courts. But y'all trying to push that issue. But you can't get away with that. No courts can violate my constitutional rights of freedom of speech. No courts can in the United States. None. But now I understand some of these Republican people, how they're taking away our rights. I really see this now. I never in my life knew that it takes a liar to plant evidence on a person, falsify a criminal report, call up a city attorney that they know. The first word comes out of their mouth, oh, is he black? We got too many blacks in Faribault. It's amazing how crooked and unjustified and racism that is in Faribault, Minnesota, by the sheriff's department. I used to see all the time, they always pulling over black in Faribault. So we pulled the records up on how many African Americans get pulled over in Faribault. There's maybe 60 or 70 African Americans at Faribault. Out of 60 or 70 of those percent of African Americans, half of them got pulled over by sheriffs. It's amazing. Then you get sheriffs that beat up their wives or girlfriends or significant other. Complaints are filed, and they're not even charged with domestic abuse. They keep that under the cover. But it's okay for them to argue with their wives or their significant others. But it's not okay for us, a citizen, to argue with our wife or significant others. It's against the law. The courts told me that, because that's what the courts are telling me. You know, in Minnesota, the courts also told me during my divorce, you have no right to TV, you have no right to this, you have no right to that, you have no right to this. That was in my divorce. You know? I showed everything, what I earned, everything else. You know? And they didn't show no evidence of anything of hers. They just put it down on paper, but yet, if I was held for attempted court in divorce, if I would have done something wrong or lied, they would have held me for attempted court, but not for women. So Minnesota's saying women have more rights than men. The laws are only there for women. Us men get abused too. My wife been abusing me. Got statements, got pictures, got audio, got video. And yet, no charges was filed on her when everything was there. Probable cause, enough evidence, open wounds on my body to charge her. To charge her. But yet, she falsified a restraining order, which it says right there on the perjury, penalty of perjury. I never met her family. It shows in the bank records, because we had a joint account. Oh yeah, that's another thing. So they take a picture of our credit card from Wells Fargo, you know, and now I'm being charged with credit card theft. But on the back of the card, it has both of our names on it, my name and my wife's name. Her name is on front. But we had a joint account. We had a joint account, okay? We had a joint account. How the hell are you going to try to charge someone using your own fucking account when you got a joint account and you're married? And the judge gave a court order to close the account down because somehow, which I already know how because I got at those records before they closed it down, which somehow it became $400 and something in the minus when it shouldn't have been. When it shouldn't have been, okay? But that right there, I can't talk about that because that's being investigated by a different agency of fraud and identity theft. But anyway, it is so amazing how these fucking women, some of these fucking women, you ask for a divorce, and now all of a sudden they've been abused. It's amazing. So what we did was everybody that she worked with can verify how nice of a person I was. I took good care of my wife, okay? So we getting statements, notarized statements from these individuals, and we're going to subpoena them too. You see, where they can verify everything she said in that restraining order is a lie. Not only is it just a lie in her restraining order, her restraining order shouldn't have even been granted. My restraining order supposed to have been granted 1,000%. The evidence was there. The motivation was there. I asked for a divorce. She fucks me up. I don't care if she's sleeping around. That's her fucking business. Nobody can stop no man, no woman from cheating. Because when she told me, when she got drunk, that's why me and Deputy Keith is setting you up. I went and I got that police report. And I couldn't believe it. So I called them every fucking day. Got the time written down. Got it on my phone. Got it on my cell phone. Got it on the house phone. Got it on the fax machine. Every day. Why she was not charged with this charge. Why she was not charged under the state of Minnesota laws of Domestic Abuse Act. Why she was not charged. She caused bodily harm to me. Then you turn around. You docket a picture of my wife when I've never hit my wife. You planted evidence with her against me. You planted evidence. You knew what you was doing. She knew what she was doing. You planted evidence. That's how much hate she has for me. And by the way, by law, whatever I say through internet to someone else, I have that right. I'm a United States citizen. I have that right. That's my constitutional right. You cannot violate my constitutional right. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th Amendment. You cannot, under no circumstances, no court in the United States will allow that. I have a right to freedom of speech, freedom of the press, as long as it's the truth. She never told me she had HIV. I didn't find out till her ass got sick in Minnesota. Then she told me everything about herself because she knew I wanted to leave her ass right then and there. But I was a man. I was a man, a real man, you see. That's why when she was hitting me, all of that was being recorded. You see, hit me back. I'm not a real man. Her ex is a real man. Yeah, because he used to whip your ass. He's a real man. He had you out there hoeing. He had you out there selling drugs from Minnesota to a place called Wisconsin. He was a real man. Us real men don't hurt women. Us real men don't lie on people. Yet, we got the reports on some of you deputies. You had encounter actions with other people that you did the same thing to. You had encounter actions with your wives, your exes. I'm trying to figure out how y'all still carrying a fucking gun. And the sheriff needs to be removed from office. I'm trying to figure out how the hell y'all are still carrying a gun when you beat up your loved ones and threatening them. I'm trying to understand this. How the hell you can turn around and keep a gun? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Oh, God damn it, I forgot. You're white. That's right, you're white. I totally forgot about that. Because of the color of your skin. Everybody's supposed to believe you because of the color of your skin. Because you a deputy. No. Your lies are going to come down and bite you out in your asses. And trust me, I'm taking you down. That's my promise to y'all. You lied on the police report. You planted evidence with my wife. With her. Her ass and all of y'all need to be behind bars. And that's where y'all going. That's where y'all going. If it takes me until I die, y'all will be losing your jobs. Y'all will be charged. Because there is a penal code I found in the state of Minnesota. When any peace officer files a false report just to gain an arrest will be removed. So y'all better start talking to your attorneys, okay? And by the way, the individuals that have all of my stuff, they work for law enforcement back home. And one of them used to be DA, state and federal DA. And they couldn't believe what they was reading. They go, wait a minute. The sheriff's report carries no weight whatsoever. Oh, and by the way, they're white too. So I do have a lot of white friends too. Oh, excuse me, associates. Because I never use the term friends. Friends are backstabbers. See, so I do have a lot of white associates that love me dearly. See, that I grew up with. See, and they're very respectable people. Very respectable. Your conduct will be, your word to them means nothing. Okay? Even my wife's word to them means nothing. Okay? And it's amazing how they read the sheriff's report. I said, read the sheriff's report first. Then you go to the Apple Valley Police report and the medical and everything else. And tell me what you think. So they did. And then they read Apple Valley's police report and the medical report. Saw the pictures, saw the evidence, blood on the shirt, blood on the t-shirt. And they asked the same question. Why she's not in jail? Why she was not charged with domestic abuse on you? Why? So the question comes to me too. What is she, an informant for the sheriff's department now? Or is it true when she told me she went out with Deputy Keith to set me up? That's why he did a lousy report. That's why I went and got the report. That came out of my wife's mouth, not mine. That came out of her mouth. That's what she told me. You see, that's what she told me, that she went out with Deputy Keith. That she went out with Deputy Keith. Which I believe because she used to have these cards where she got pulled over one time, she told me, from some police agency in a place called Wisconsin. So she went out with them too, just not to get the ticket. You know, so it's kind of funny how, you know, she tells me all of this. So apparently it's true, 100% true. Because that's the only reason why we can figure out why Deputy Keith did a report like that. And he has no right. See, that's another thing. No deputy has a right not to send something to the city attorney's office or the DA's office. You see, that's not their job. Their job is to do the report and send it off. Their job is not to file a false report like they did on me. But not once, but twice. You see, they put statements in there that I've never said to Deputy Keith. You see, because if you remember Deputy Keith, I was recording too. You see, because I know y'all's reputation in Faribault. I know how y'all like to set people up. You see, I know how y'all are, you know. So it's kind of amazing. Some officer puts in there that they spoke with me, and I've never spoke with no officer. Never spoke with no officer. Okay? Never spoke with no officer. Never did. Never spoke with no officer. You falsely accuse me. You falsely arrest me. I didn't get this stuff until the other day. And there was a mistake made when I was talking to the judge yesterday. And I wasn't aware of these charges. I wasn't. You know, but we'll see what happens. You know, we'll see what happens in federal court. Because you violated federal laws and state laws, falsified a police report, planting evidence. That's what you did. With the help of my wife again. That's what you did. All of y'all need to be behind bars. Every one of you motherfuckers need to be behind bars. you know, and the one that hit me in the head violently. You see, I got the recordings and everything, but there's a lot missing to those tapes, them body cameras. What that city attorney sent me, there's a lot on those body cameras that are missing. Like, for instance, when my wife is yelling, grab his wallet and car keys and house keys, and you took my wallet, and I'm like, you can't give my shit out to nobody, man. You arrested me, arrest me with my shit. That's the law. That's the rules. That's the regulations. And you can't get over that. You strong arm robbed me, a deputy with a badge. You had no right by law to give anything of my property to anyone. And you never told me. And that right there, as I'm getting in the ambulance, why is that piece right there gone from the body cam? Because it's not on the stuff that the city attorney sent me. We try to pick it up and everything else. But somebody's working on that to see how we can get it. Okay? We're going to see how we can get it. Okay? And on none of your body cams shows that I spoke with any of y'all. So I'm trying to figure out how you saying I talked to you. See, I know those idiots in the ambulance, they ain't going to tell the truth because they white. Okay, they white. Because when you reached over and said, gotcha, nigga, that's going to be your ass. You see? Because like I keep telling y'all, nobody, not even my going-to-be ex-wife, got a right to call me a nigga and lie on me. And she loves that word, which is so funny is she was a prostitute for one. And by the way, she caught AIDS in Minnesota. I never knew she had AIDS until she got sick in Minnesota. And I've been saying that for the longest. So it is funny how there's so much racism in Faribault. And by the color of your skin, they plant charges, they plant evidence, falsify statements, and all of that. Now I got to fight for my life, for my freedom. And I'm going to fight. And it's going to be one hell of a fight, trust me. Because you see, we going in the courtroom. That's my right. Okay? That's my right as process, due process of law. That's my right. I don't give a damn about COVID-19. I got a mask. So that's my right. You see, that is my right. And that's what I'm going for. To be in that courtroom, to present my evidence and my witnesses. That is my right. I was told by one attorney that that's the problem about Minnesota legal system. They don't give a damn about somebody's rights. They don't give a damn if you're black. Everything a cop says is true in the report. But nah, not this report, it ain't. Not this report, it ain't. See, just the way y'all was searching the house and y'all went downstairs to Terry's office, which I wasn't allowed to because that was a law firm. Okay? Yeah, she let you in. And the way she's bragging and everything, you see? And it shows a lot of people moving things out, y'all even helping her and everything. So y'all was her personal service, you see? So I'm going to leave it like that because there's other things I can't say, and I'll make a mistake and say it. But this is going to be a hell of an ass kicking coming to y'all. This is going to be a serious, and you know what? I wish the press be there and everything so they can see how y'all plant and falsified a police report because of a man's color of his skin. And y'all love the word nigger. You see, The only thing y'all got to pray to God to is that I don't come across y'all when y'all not in your uniform. Okay? Because like I told y'all, I will defend myself. That I will do. I never hit no woman because I'm a real man. Everybody argues. Everyone argues. Even you, deputies. You argue with your significant others. You hit them. You threaten them. You destroy their lives. So we already know that. You drink. You get drunk. You sleep around. So you're no different than my wife. But like she told me, she's sleeping with people that has AIDS. No, her ass needs to be behind bars, behind a closed cage and the key thrown away. You see? Because she endangered my life by not telling me she had HIV. She endangered my life all of those years. You see? So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. You know, it's going to be good. We're trying to get the newspaper out there in the press. Okay? And it's going to be real good. It's going to be real good. It's going to be real good. Because a lot of people want to come to Minnesota, which they're coming, and they're going to do the 14-day quarantine with me, keep an eye on me, keep me safe away from y'all, like I've been doing, you see. Even the city attorney lied. You know, I mean, it didn't shock me because he's white. Even he lied. Well, Mr. Melillo can't contact Mrs. Melillo. Haven't been contacting that bitch. Oh, she just dropped dead. Haven't been contacting her. Like I told her, I want a divorce. This is what I get when I ask for a divorce. Every time I asked for a divorce before, she tried to kill herself. She hit her head on the walls. She tried to cut herself. She tried to overdose on pills. I have all of that on camera. And they have it. They even looking at it. They go, wait a minute. She did this. And she's not in jail? Oh, she got to be an informant. You know, so it's amazing. You know, it's amazing how y'all lied on the police report, plant evidence against me. And the only reason why is, like you told me, too many niggas in Faribault. And I'll say it again, I'm not a nigga. I'm not a nigga. But do me a favor. You hit me in the head when you snatched my hat off and you scraped your hand on my head and I had your fingernail marks. I had scratches on my forehead. You see? And I know those white people, they try to shoot me up when we was in the ambulance. You don't shoot me with no drugs. I don't take no fucking drugs. I don't drink. I don't mess with drugs. You don't just shoot somebody up. You don't know if I'm allergic to it or you're going to kill me, whatever you in that fucking syringe. You have no right to do that. You're not licensed to do that. You don't know nothing about my condition. And the way you lied when I'm telling you I couldn't stand on my leg because she stopped my leg. I had a black eye that night. I had her marks around my neck. Again, scratches. I wasn't examined. But guess what? We got the video from an emergency room. It shows my black eye. It shows the marks on my neck. See? So my people know how to get shit. You see? My people know how to get stuff. So we'll see you in court. Okay? And to be honest, I don't even think the city attorney will have a job too much longer neither, because he helped presenting the false statements. The false statements. He helped in presenting the false statements. So I don't even think he's going to be a city attorney too much longer neither. I really don't. You know, because no matter what y'all try to do to me, it's going to come back to y'all real hard, no matter what, you know. But for the last time, I'm nobody's nigga, you know. I'm nobody's nigga. And you see, y'all have control And we're good tech people, okay? We know how to find stuff. Just like when someone sent me the video of my wife blowjobbing some guy in a trailer park. She went from a nice home to a trailer home. That's all over the internet. All over the internet. See, when I don't want to be with no one no more, I have no contact with them. And never had no contact with my wife. You see, and for y'all to turn around and say the things y'all said in that report are all lies just to try to get me convicted of a crime I did not commit. That's called fraud, misleading justice, perjury. I can go on and on and on. It not only goes by state laws, also federal. You violated federal laws too. You see, that's what you did. You also violated federal laws. You see. So my phones have been monitored by other people. They changed the passwords so they couldn't get into them and all of that, like my wife tried to do. When it shows her erasing stuff, all of that stuff was retrieved back. So y'all just lied, and y'all need to be removed from your jobs. Y'all committed perjury. And it says something in there too in the state of Minnesota about when an officer commits perjury by doing a report. It says right here. It says here under, well, y'all should know the statute because y'all sheriffs. Any peace officer fills out a police report knowingly and knowingly that is a false report is committing either a felony or a misdemeanor and will be removed from that job. Guess what y'all did? I'm going after your jobs. See? I'm going after your jobs. Just like when my people faxed over to your sheriff, I wanted all your names and badge numbers, which y'all refused to give me, which by federal law and state law, you have to give me, and y'all never did. And I was refused that twice by your sheriff. He was faxed those documents from out of state. That's the good part. He can't say he wasn't faxed them, and he was also handing them to him because I handed them to the lady at the desk. You see, twice. That's on camera. That's on your camera. We got that too. You see, so let's see what the federal judges got to say because I want your jobs. Y'all do not deserve to wear a sheriff badge. Y'all do not deserve to wear that uniform because you make other good people look bad. That's what you do. You made my brother-in-laws look bad, and they were law enforcement, and they passed away, okay? They never done no shit like that the way y'all did me, you see. If they go after somebody, they're going after them right. They're not going to lie on a report just to get a person, especially because of the color of their skin. Whether Puerto Rican, Asian, white, whatever. They have never done that in their whole careers. Even though you're trained to lie, to make your report carry weight, because that's what you're told to do in academies. See, I know all about the academies. I know all about them from New York, California, Colorado. Now I'm learning about the academy from Minnesota. I know all about the academies, what y'all taught and everything else. You see, you're taught to lie. But the funny thing about it is that you have no immunity. None. No more. You know? That's the good thing about this here. Okay? Because there's laws in the state of Minnesota under the books. And not only just for Minnesota, but it also deals with when you violated my civil rights And that's what you have done under the colored law. That's the best part of it all, and the strongest part. You violated my rights under the colored law. That's what you did. You planted evidence, falsified a police report just because of the color of my skin. And then you let my wife help you. That's twice that she got away with breaking the laws against me. Twice. All of y'all need to be behind bars. Every one of y'all need to be charged. To the nurses and doctors, thank you very much for trying to get some of these idiots healthy. But I saw in the news today when I was at the gas station, I had to watch the news over there because the judge said I'm not allowed to have TV, divorce judge. So I'm gonna have to go without TV. So a lot of people passed away. But it's hitting stronger again in Minnesota, New York, California, Florida, all over the United States. It's hitting stronger again. And it's so funny because they had on the news some of these people that was with Trump, picketing and riding and all of that stuff. Some of them people got it, COVID-19. And one of the guys was on the news that his wife is not doing well. Well, I blame that on you, because the CDC put warnings out there for people to wear masks. And you said it was a hoax. Well, I guess that hoax got your wife. I have no sympathy for people that's stupid. I really don't. I'm sorry. 1 and 1 is 2. 2 and 2 is 4. No matter which way you look at it, it's called common sense. I wear a mask every time I take my ass outside, and I have no sympathy for nobody that uses drugs, alcohol, a prostitute, person that got AIDS. I have no sympathy for people like that because I didn't put the drugs in your hand for you to take the drugs. You chose to do that. I didn't give you the drink. You chose to be an alcoholic. I didn't tell you to be a prostitute. You chose to be a prostitute. You chose to get AIDS. I don't have to like none of y'all. I have that right. That's one thing that God gave me. It's common sense. You see, that's one thing he made us always have, common sense. Because it also says in the Quran and in the Bible, do not bear false witness against no one. Against no one. But you see, y'all don't fear God because y'all don't believe in God. Y'all don't even believe in the oath you took to be a sheriff. That's a bunch of bullshit. That oath there's a bunch of bullshit, So y'all have no honor. Basically, you're dogs. Okay, that's what you is, dogs. You want to shoot a person, you want to hit a person while they're handcuffed, and you want to plant evidence, falsify a police report. Wow. Y'all need to be without a job. Y'all need to be homeless. That's what you need to be, homeless. Y'all need to be homeless. Y'all need to be homeless. Y'all shouldn't even have a right to carry a badge. And I'm gonna make sure that, you could, it's a fight coming. It's a fight. I know it's gonna be a process doing it. But the best thing about this whole fight, everything I'm saying is 1000% true. That's the whole funny thing about this. The whole funny thing. You see? The whole thing. Because you see, when I do go to trial, I'm going to make sure that there's nobody's family members that is law enforcement or judges, as my jury members. And I'm going to make sure, because I have that right, jurors of my peers, you see, jurors of my peers, you see, that I have that right. And no judge can deny me that right. No court can deny me that right. None. You know. And really, a good judge would have threw this shit out. You see, that's why we know that y'all know the judge. That's why she got this case, because y'all know the judge and y'all know the city attorney. We already found that out. So they already made their decision on me. But the best part about it is they have bosses called Chief Justice, you see, and there's a thing called the letter of the law. So when the letter of the law is involved and you proceed without having something investigated and given the benefit of the doubt to the sheriff's department, it's against the law. And that judge or judges can be removed. See, and I don't think this is a good time for anybody to lose their job, you know, because your president don't give a damn. He don't want to do stimulus checks for nobody. He don't give a fuck. He don't care. He don't care. He just want all of us to drop dead. As long as they're not Republicans, he wants us all to drop dead. You know, anything that's not Republicans, he wants to drop dead. You know, so he don't give a damn. They making their money. They're making their money. You know, so they're gonna have a nice Thanksgiving. They're gonna have a nice Christmas. You know, so don't give a fuck about the rest of us. Okay, but it's kind of funny though how there's laws out there, but nobody's abiding by the laws that protects us citizens. And that's the only reason why cops, bad cops and bad sheriffs get away with murder and everything else, because they got family members that are the jury members. They got family members that are the DA's office, city attorney's office. Because that's all it is in Faribault, you know. That's just like with Sue Johnson, you know. She wanted my wife to lie for her divorce. And I told my wife, you're not doing that. That's none of our business. Barney never hit her, you know. But that's why she lost her job as a correctional officer, because she was fucking around with an inmate, you know. And Barney has a right who goes around his child. He has that right by law. He has a right to say whatever he wants to say about who's around his child. But Minnesota law says he doesn't. That's what sucks. That's what sucks. You see, that's what sucks. You know, so she gonna say, no, she never said that. You know, and it's amazing how she says in the report, but I'm not getting into that. I'm not getting into that. Because that's a shocker right there, because they want to know, why would she say that if it's not true? You know, that's the funny part about that whole fucking report. Everything in it is a fucking lie. To make her look good and to make yourselves look good. To have me falsely accused, falsely arrested, falsely imprisonment. Now it's time for me to fight back. Because us men get abused by you women too. But this man is fighting back. Because you see, I fear no man. I fear no one with no badge. I fear no one with no fucking gun. Okay? You did this behind hate, retaliation, and discrimination. Unracist justice is what you did to me. Because of my color, of my skin, you filed false police report. Unjustified report. Shouldn't even been filed. But you got your little buddies and false evidence to put against me. And now it's time for me to fight not only for my freedom, but to fight for your asses to lose your job and be behind bars. That's what my fight is for now. because that's where y'all need to be, behind bars. That's where y'all need to be, behind bars. And like I told the judge, she knows where I'm at because she emailed me. She told me. She even told me my address. And guess what? She can't get out of this one now because I got more evidence. Doctors, nurses, thank you very much for helping us all that's sick. Y'all need to be safe. The doctors and nurses need to be. The hell with Faribault Hospital. The hell with them. But the rest of the doctors and nurses in other states, be safe and healthy, you know. Y'all working real hard to keep some of them idiots alive when they didn't want to wear masks and stuff, you know. And just make sure you don't take it home to your families, you know. When it came out, I went around police cars in Faribault and I handed out masks. I said, nah, these cops can't get this shit, man. They don't got no masks, man. So I went and I bought some masks and I was handing them out in Faribault to the police officers, the Faribault Police Department. I was handing them out to every cop I saw. If I saw them drive by, I tooted my horn. Stop, stop, stop. And man, put this mask on, dude. Come on now. You a cop. You got to have this mask on. See? I stopped a lot of them like that, man. I stopped a lot of them like that, you know? And they got some beautiful cops. They got some decent police officers in Faribault. Faribault Police Department I'm talking about. They have some decent cops in Faribault. That I can say. There's some decent cops in Faribault, you know, that I respect. But yeah, I was passing masses out there to the Faribault police. And then during the riot too, when people were just going crazy and stuff, you know, man, don't let nothing happen to you, man. Just give me a call. I'll bump them off quick, man. You know, hell with that. Don't get yourself in trouble, man. You know, but yeah, you got some good cops in Faribault. I don't know how honest they are, but I've never had no problems with the Faribault police. You know, I think they're very respectable, and I think that's the difference. They show respect to an individual. Well, as far as I know, they never disrespected me. That they never done. They never disrespected me, you know. So I don't know about other individuals. All I can say is the experience I had with the Faribault police, and they're very nice. But the Faribault sheriffs, they need to be shut the fuck down. Sheriff's department need to be buried, shut down, completely shut down. Every one of them need to be fired. Every one of them need to be fired. You know, because I wonder how many reports you lied on individuals and how many other people you called the nigger to. That's the part that really gets me. So we're going through all of those reports to see how many African Americans you stopped and arrested, and we're getting access to those reports. You see, and y'all can't stop us. See, y'all just don't know who y'all fucking with now. Now you met your match. Okay, I'm telling y'all now, you met your match. You know, because my wife don't know who I know, because I never told her everything about my life. Because you see, I tried. Like the old saying is that we use, you cannot make a hoe into a housewife. So I tried to go bypass all of that, you see, and be a good husband to her, which I was. And we have signed affidavit statements from people for court, you see, with their pictures on it too, you know. And that's the best thing about this whole thing here, you see. That's the best thing about it, is sooner or later, the individual that lies on the person, the lies catch up to them. And that's when the hammer needs to be slammed down on them. because of the lies. Like with Trump, his lies are catching up on him. You know, his lies are catching up on him. Oh yeah, that's right. He claims he's white from Russia. Yeah, that's right. But it's amazing how I have no record, shows no abuse, domestic abuse on me in any state, especially Minnesota. And I got to fight an abuse charge, which I was the one that got abused. And we got signed affidavits from them people too. Matter of fact, that was in the divorce papers too. You see. And they was talked to by investigators, my people's investigators. They were talked to from people back home. They called them, they questioned them and everything. They signed affidavits and sent them out and everything to them. All of that will be in court. See y'all in court. Your asses need to lose your job and be behind bars. Letting you know that now. What did I do here?